like this thin. They are so tiny. And I'm asking her what happened with this sickness, and she keeps going this. Shedding, shedding, shedding. She just said to me, I did everything I could, but it wasn't enough. It took my life. Do you understand? Wonderful. She's so frail. I feel like I can scoop her up. She is so tiny. Do you understand why she's saying to me that she was a little harder on her children than she should have been? Okay. Sometimes they say that because it has to do with what's going on in the end. Sometimes it has to do with just things that happen as far as circumstances through life. She's just saying to me, there's things I should have apologized for before I passed. Because I didn't say everything I needed to. Do you understand it? Perfect. Good. She said my family made sure that I was taken care of. They saw me through everything all the way up until the end. Do you understand that? Wonderful. And who's Catherine? There's someone behind her stepping in, and she keeps saying my name is Catherine, giving her supportive energy. Wonderful. Good. So she's stepping in behind her, and she's like, my name is Catherine. She's giving her supportive energy, so it could be that she wants to talk as well. So I'm just going to leave her for a minute, okay? Good. Is that someone you didn't expect? Because she just said she doesn't expect me to be here. Perfect. But she's saying to me her name is Catherine. Do you understand it? Wonderful. Okay, good. Great. Your dad is so funny. He's like pulling up his pants. I'm like, what are you doing? He said, don't mind what I look like because you're seeing me before I passed. But I used to have a lot more hair than this. Because I could see him clear as day. Do you understand it? Huh?
I think so.
Okay, perfect. It's just what he's saying to me because he's actually showing himself to me. I'm getting the name Thomas. Again, connected over here. Because he's stepping in just behind Catherine as well. Okay, I'm just saying, he's here. Because he just said to me, he's given supportive energy. Catherine's given supportive energy to the two of them. And then I feel like there's a message here from Catherine. Okay, perfect. Wonderful. As long as you recognize it. Remember I said when I came over here there was like a waiting line? I could probably spend the whole 3 hours with you guys. I'm not going to control who steps in, but they also want me to start shifting to other people. So I want to see anything else they say, because they're saying to me, they haven't even touched the surface as to everything they wanted to say. And this is what I try to tell people. When I read a group, if you come to a private or smaller group, it's like 10 times stronger. So they always try to be very loving and courteous of each other, so I might only have just a few minutes with them. But I'm getting all these other names. There's people lining up. Meaning not only is there messages for all of you, but there's messages to pass to everyone else in the family as well. Wonderful. You got the old Singer sewing machine.
Oh my gosh.
They just showed me the picture of the old Singer sewing machine. Perfect. And you still have it? This is what I'm being told. She really doesn't use it, but I have to talk about it. Do you understand it? Perfect. Yeah, I'm seeing it. It's really, really, really old. And she's saying to me, she doesn't use it, but I have to talk about it so she knows that I'm here as well. Do you understand it? Perfect. Perfect, perfect. You called her Al. Perfect.
My father called her Elle.
Perfect. Perfect.
She called her Elle.
Perfect. So she's stepping in. Okay? Because she said, when I come in and you talk to me, can you call me Elle? And I said, okay, I'll call you Elle. Wonderful. So we're going to go from there, okay? I'm back and forth between a ton of people.
Okay, well, L.
My guide said to me, I haven't even begun to even touch who's here for you guys. But this is such a strong, this is what I'm being told. It's a very strong, loving family. There's a lot of older generations that watch over all of you, okay? When I get to bleed through like this and there's like 50 people hanging out, I kind of just go with what they give me. Now, if you had one person, it would be boom, 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 super, super strong. Like you saw how they were given dates and really specific things over there. So I'm just going to go back and forth between all of them, okay? Wonderful. And who's the one that passed in November? Because somebody just said to me, I died in November. Perfect. Good. Because that just means that he's starting to step in as well. Because it's not her parents, so it's somebody just behind. Okay? Good. And who is Frank? Frank. Very, very, very clear, Frank. Does anybody recognize the name Frank? Because my guide said I need to push back here somewhere. Who recognizes that? Oh, here we go. Okay. So I have other people shifting in on the other side, and some man is really super strong, and he's getting my attention saying, I'm Frank. And he says he's waiting for his turn patiently. Do you understand it? Okay, wonderful. So I'm just, huh? Okay, perfect. Good. So I'm just going to leave it for a minute, okay? Wonderful. Good. Okay, so. Whew. Your mom just said to me, I had a really, really special time with all my children. And I tried to enjoy everything I could, even though I wasn't really there in the end. To understand it. And she's saying to me that someone told her it was okay to let go. Do you understand? Because she's saying to me, it made my passing easier and it put me more at peace because I was told it was okay to let go. Wonderful. Remember how she said the statement before, they saw me through all the way up until the end? That's what it has to do with, and that's why I know you guys are there in those end moments. Okay. Okay, she's laying in the bed again. Because remember before I felt like I could pick her up in the frailness? She's saying to me there was people in and out visiting just before the passing. That's how I know that you're not the only person there. To understand it? Wonderful, because she has people shifting in and out. Who's the one that was holding her hand? Because she just showed me hand on top of hand. Someone bent down and kissed her right here and said, I love you, Mom. Perfect. Wonderful. Because all she showed to me was the image. I can see you, I can see everyone else, and then I just see the action. Okay? And those were the exact words you said to her, she said. Do you understand? Wonderful. She said, let her know that I was still with her in that moment, and I heard everything everyone said to me. But I couldn't talk to them the way I wish I would have. Do you understand? Great. She's saying to me she wasn't afraid to pass. And that everyone being there made it easier. Okay? She's so funny. I'm starting to hear her voice a little bit. And I just keep getting, the cancer took over. The cancer took over. Your dad just said, I love you. He said, I know I haven't said very much, but you know how that goes. She did always rule the roost. Do you understand it? In his mind, remember, his perception. His perception. You have to remember when they say stuff, it's about their perception of what they lived. Okay? So even though he was the strongest person as far as the marriage, he's saying to me what she said went. Well, remember, that's kind of behind closed doors sometimes. Perfect. Okay, good. So I'm just going to leave that. Because he's saying to me, my guy said, yes, his perception. Meaning that's how he saw it. Okay? You've not had a chance to make the connection with your mom? Okay. I'm just asking. Because I'm asking her to slowly start to step in.